probably hear a little meow.
Aww. See, I'm doing a wee dance to capture their attention in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah. We're supposed to have to like do a hook, like tell people what we're going to talk about, rather than just like dance randomly.
Dance is more fun. Okay. So.
Oh, I need to change my glasses because like I can't see nothing.
No,
well, I can't. I just can't read them.
We can't have that.
No.
So, the concern. I love that. Nearly 50 backbenchers.
Oh, there's backbenchers, yeah.
Have written a private letter to the business secretary, Peter Kyle, outlining alarm for businesses about the implications of the draft guidance.
Wow. Yeah. What draft guidance would that be, Sophie?
Oh, that would be the EHRC Code of Practice on single-sex spaces.
Yeah, so as we've...
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm laughing because I can hear Smudge just constantly meowing.
Smudge just thinks it's atrocious, the whole thing. he thoroughly agrees with what we're saying.
So this is just like... This is exactly what we've said, like what trans people have said all along, which is that it's just going to be a disaster, a complete and utter disaster for business, for trans people, for cis people. Smudge.
Look at this, 1.2 million.
Yeah, those
estimated cost for one retailer's 200 stores.
Yeah, because they will have to put gender neutral loos in.
Yeah, and schools everywhere. It's going to cost the country and business absolute arm and a leg.
Yeah, and this is like made things easier, hasn't it? Yeah. It's totally made things much more smoother and
all
easier.
That money they could have went towards actually helping women, to improve services, will now be forked out into a non-issue. Changing things because that didn't even need changing.
No.
Things have worked perfectly fine. The system we have at the moment has been fine for centuries. Yet they're coming along.
Not centuries.
You know what I mean. They're coming along. I'm trying to be dramatic here. They're coming along and decades. They're coming along and they're changing.
I'll get you to write the headline. Headline. I'm not well.
Yeah, but the
title.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
And it wasn't broke. The guidance wasn't broke. It was working for everybody. It was just transphobes who just want to hate.
And now they've made it harder for everyone. Now they're going to have to find this money. Businesses are probably not going to be able to do it, because it's for multiple reasons. One, they don't want the ethical implications of having to make their employees toilet bouncers or out themselves. They don't want the financial implications that could heavily impact onto their profits and could damage the business, leading to job loss or even business closure.
Yeah, I mean, I can see companies going under. I can see people having to let go because the company can't afford to employ people. And then
a staff in a shop or a bar or whatever are not there to police toilets. They're there to do their job. It's not within their job description. So that's an issue as well. This whole plethora, a whole smorgasbord of issues that this raises, and it's going to be a disaster, an unworkable disaster. And the people are now wising up to this. They're saying, well, we didn't really care about those trans people, but now that it's actually affecting our profits, now it means business.
Yeah. Well, this is it. So, like, if you want to write to your MP,
hit them where it hurts.
Actually, no. Better than writing to MPs, write to businesses. Write to Sainsbury's, write to Asda, and say, you realise you're going to have to do this.
Yeah. You realise that the world is realising it. You realise you're going to have to fork out so much training for staff, new notices on toilets, new toilet facilities. The cost is going to be astronomical. And you think, Sainsbury's, how many stores do they have in the UK? Probably about 800 or something like that. That's just off the top of my head.
It's just ridiculous.
But it's absolutely ridiculous. And then it's like, it's going to cost them an absolute fortune. Do you think they're going to be happy about this? Do you think they're going to be like, oh, we'll do that for you, Your Highness, your Turf Highness? They're not. They're not. They're gonna say, get on your bike and just deal with it. Just deal with what's there already. Like,
how do you mean? Who's going to say that?
The businesses
are going to say to who?
To the EHRC.
Then they're going to lose. Then they're going to get sued. They'll get sued by transphobes.
Yeah, but then they'll also get sued by trans people.
Yeah.
And other people who are frankly fed up with their rhetoric and their nonsense and their scaremongering and their pandering to right-wing Christian fascists across the sea. And it's sunny, isn't it? Yeah.
I think that's why they had the window closed.
Always sunny in Aberdeen. But no, not really. It's quite stormy out there today. First bit of sunshine all day. See, we bring out the sunshine.
Yeah, we make it all better.
Yeah. So basically, this is what this is about. It's about TERFs, gender critical, not giving a hoot about the financial, ethical, or logistical implications of their trumped up code of practice that they have been berating government to impose.
This is just hate. This is just pure and unadulterated hate from them.
It is my opinion, it's just an opinion, that the EHRC is a hate group, not a human rights group.
I think you can say that.
Just an opinion.
Yes, just an opinion.
Yeah, my opinion.
Don't get us blocked in the UK again,
protected beliefs. As you TERFs love to say, the protected beliefs. Yeah, protected my arse. Anyway, yeah, less about my arse. And
I was going to say, can we not talk about your arse?
Yeah, so we talked about the legal minefield of businesses fear disputes will escalate into expensive court action due to the unresolved legal contradiction of potentially being sued for challenging someone's gender versus being sued for failing to enforce single-sex spaces, staff difficulties, alarm over having to ask people to identify their gender, the personal discomfort of staff being willing to police gender, and safety issues if customers challenge someone's right to use
and
the
transphobes,
space.
this is all your fault.
This is all your fault. Trans people have been saying these will be the consequences of your transphobic rhetoric for years. People have refused to listen to us and have instead listened to these so-called women's rights campaigners who are actually just transphobes, and now they're going to cost the country and businesses an absolute fortune.
And lose people their jobs.
Yeah, thanks to them. Well done, TERFs. So, moving on from that to
like, subscribe, and comment.
Yeah. Oh yeah, well done for remembering. Yay.
No, seriously, like, so 90% of the people who
do.
watch these videos aren't subscribed. Why? It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't take very long. You just click on the button that says subscribe somewhere down there-ish.
And you get to see me dance. Who doesn't want to see that? Everyone.
I don't want to see that.
So moving on from my crazy dance, let's hear some more crazy news. Scottish Green councillors defect to your party.
This is just insane. I mean, right, so there's a lot to say about this, right?
Ooh, where do we even start on this one?
I mean, the notes that I wrote for this were mostly like, why?
I know.
I mean, okay, I get that. So some of these councillors, they're like, oh, you're not. The Green Party wasn't opposing cuts enough, and it's like, well, okay.
The Scottish Green Party.
Green Party, yeah, wasn't opposing cuts enough, and it's like, well, okay, that's true. I mean, you know, that's true. But politics is the art of compromise. I mean, there's some things you can't compromise on, and, you know, I do understand I do understand that, and all power to them. If they want, you got to do what you got to do, and if they can't,
protect your principles. And
yeah, if they can't agree with being in a party that made some compromises because they need to make those compromises to win over battles, then that's fine. I totally respect that decision. I do wonder about the logic of it though, because like it's all very well saying like I don't like this, and that's fine, and you shouldn't make these cuts, and that's fine. That's good. But you step out if you step out of the organisation that you're trying to influence, you're no longer going to make any difference to that.
And you're going to an organisation, for as far as I know, aren't offering anything new to the table. I mean, I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, no, they're not. I mean,
as far as I know, they're not.
They don't have any policies except for the policies they've announced, which is always which has confused me. It's like all the policies will need to be decided at the conference. Okay, except for these policies which we're going to announce in advance.
Yeah, and all of them are just ones that.
I mean, they're good. They're good policies, but again, it's like
all of those ones decided without the members.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I mean, I would be shocked if, like, the housing policy, for example, which is to attack landlords, have a go at landlords. I would be surprised if that doesn't get supported by the membership. But
yeah, me too.
As I've said before, you can't say on one hand that this is a party that's going to like all the policies are going to be decided by members at a conference, and then declare some of the policies. And I'm just struggling to sort of like understand the logic of leaving the Scottish Greens, who are not perfect, but at least have good policies for the vast majority of things,
and have strength in the fact that they have ties or a common ground with the Green Party of England and Wales.
And it's like
they have a collective unity with them.
The Scottish Greens are now on 16%, which is 16% in the polls, which is above Labour and equal to Reform. And that was a poll that came out like a couple of days ago.
They've got the momentum on their side.
Exactly. And if you're going to try and push for progressive policies, like anti-cuts policies and stuff like that,
momentum.
You're going to do that. You want to do that from a base that generally agrees with you.
Yeah.
And that has the momentum to do that. And like your party doesn't.
No, because they're at the moment they're a fringe group.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Which again, it's like I spent much of my life in very minor parties, and the idea is to try and push that Overton window like to the left, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But your party isn't a protest party. It's a party that wants to win a degree of power, which is like the Green Party, and so you're going to have to make they're going to have to make compromises to get that power, like the Green Party, like Scottish Greens have. So you can't. So to object to the compromises because they've had to make compromises to gain an element of power, to move to a party that wants to make compromise, that is okay making compromises, just seems illogical.
It does, and the thing is with your party as well is they don't even have a good track record on trans rights.
So this is the other thing. It's like one of the people who's defected is a trans woman. And like maybe I don't know her political history, but I'm guessing that she hasn't been in a political party that's been transphobic before, because you don't want to do that.
No.
You really don't want to do that.
Your voice will get snubbed, and that's the thing. You get pushed to the side.
Not only does your voice get snubbed, you get pushed to the side.
Yeah.
So you suggested that she's a careerist. I don't know that that's true, but
maybe.
I mean, that's your opinion, and that's fine. But
maybe. I mean, there's nothing wrong with wanting to think of your career, but after reevaluating it, it's maybe more of an idealist.
Yeah,
than
okay.
a careerist.
Yeah, okay.
Which idealist is a good thing, but it's also.
You can have too much of a good thing. You can.
Yeah, it's also like, I personally think she would have been stronger within the Green Party, personally.
Yeah, I do too.
She's a good politician and a good, strong voice for trans people, and I think it's the wrong move, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, as I've said, it's their call, and, all power to them. I don't have a problem with people deciding that they need to move parties. I've done that myself. Although the councillors, the only thing I will add to that though is that the councillors should resign, because they signed agreements when you stand for elections, Green Party, Scottish Greens. Anyway, I'm not sure about England and Wales.
I signed it when I was running when I was proposed as a candidate.
Yeah, and as did I. You have to sign up and say, if you switch parties, you'll resign. And I think that's a good thing, and I actually think it goes the other way as well. I like the Green Party of England and Wales. I'm not entirely sure that the councillors that we've got from Labour, because I'm a member of the Green Party of England and Wales as well, but I'm not sure that those councillors should have remained councillors. I would think that they should resign, but that's not for me to, that's conference to make that call, not me.
Yeah.
But it's in my opinion, they should do.
Mm-hmm.
Because as much as like politicians and the political class, I fucking hate that phrase. But, as much as people who are involved in politics like to kid themselves that people vote for people, they don't. They vote for parties.
Yeah, and they voted for a Green Party councillor.
Yeah,
not a Your Party councillor.
And the ones in England voted for Labour councillors. They didn't vote for Green Party councillors. So again, I think they should all resign. But
and open it up to a by-election.
And open it up to a by-election where they stand. And they stand on the new platform, and
under the new values and new policies.
Well, not new values, but because I'm sure that they haven't changed their values. I mean, it's Labour that's changed their values.
Well, I mean, the Your Party will have values to that of
the Scottish Greens.
Scottish Greens,
It just doesn't make sense, and I pity. I pity the trans woman whose name I'm not going to mention because I do like her. She's a nice person. She's a wonderful person.
She's a wonderful person.
I think she's making the wrong move there.
But there might be more internal stuff that we don't know about too.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. I'm sure she has good reasons for making the decisions that she's made, and that's what I mean. It's like I totally. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
If you need to leave a party, if you don't think you can work in a party anymore, and that you think that you're better served and you can better argue your principles in a different party, then that's the right thing to do.
Absolutely.
But I worry that she's not going to be in a position she can argue about her principles, because she was going to be sidelined because of her gender identity.
Yeah. Well, it's just a shame, but it's essentially what had experience of that.
Well,
Yeah.
I would disagree that you've had experience of that, because you've not been in a party that's been as transphobic as some parties.
Well, no, but we'll leave that there.
We'll agree to disagree on that point. Yeah,
Yes.
and that's fine. I mean, this is it, right?
Hmm.
You know, you can't always agree with everybody, yeah. And like you and I disagree with stuff on stuff all the time, and that's fine, because we agree about 90% of stuff.
Well, yeah, but but on that point, I'm sure the Green Party now are better at supporting the new trans candidates. I'm sure they have better support.
I would, yes, I would
support policy in place.
I would hope that they have a better support policy.
They don't throw them out to the wolves and then leave them to be ripped apart.
Yeah, there was I would agree with you that there was support issues.
Big criticism of the Scottish Greens. I like the Scottish Greens, so vote for them in Scotland. But yes, I'm glad that they've probably learned from my experience. Hopefully, they've learned from my experience.
I'll tell you if I ever get back involved and actually become more active again.
And I'll be supporting you.
Well, let's say when I get better, when my medical issues are resolved.
But so what's next?
Oh, the next. So yeah, like there wasn't very much in the way of trans news this week, really.
It's actually been a little bit late.
Yeah, which is like, whoa! First time in 20 years.
Is that all that nonsense that the mainstream media are latching onto? But we're not going to mention that.
Yeah.
Because that's just a lot of nonsense and hoo-ha.
But so the main news stories relating to trans people is the really good news about the Labour backbenchers fighting, indirectly fighting our cause.
Yeah.
The weird news about the Scottish Green councillors, and that's not really trans-related, but it's sort of trans-related.
It impacts trans people or trans person.
And the third story I thought of, again, isn't trans-related in that it's not directly related to trans people at all, other than the biggest transphobic party in the UK is Reform.
Absolutely, hands down.
And pretty much they fuck up every time they're elected.
Oh yeah, massively so.
There's so in England they were elected, they run Kent Council, and that's like supposed to be their big flagship council.
Their stronghold.
Yeah, where they have totally messed up the budget to the point where the leader is now saying, oh yeah, maybe we're going to have to, like, is asking other parties for advice on where to make cuts. And it's like, I don't have a problem with like parties bringing in ideas from other parties. That's fine. That's not a problem at all. What I have a problem with is they got to power with this. There's so much waste. We can get rid of all the waste the Kent Council has got, and then they get in power, and then they realise that there is no waste.
It's all.
Councils don't have waste because they have to. They're audited firstly. Firstly, they're audited by auditors. Like actual independent auditors.
It's ironic coming from Reform too.
Yeah. They're audited by independent auditors. They have scrutiny committees, which are basically all the major decisions that councils make are then reviewed by councillors of all parties. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would have thought that any waste would have, like, the auditors would have found the waste, or the scrutiny committees would found the waste.
It's pulling the wool over people's eyes again, isn't it?
And it's
sensationalism.
It's a myth because people are paying increased council tax. People are like, well, there must be all this waste, and the reason that people are paying increased council tax is because the government, most of the money the councils get money from three main sources: council tax, business rates, and a government subsidy, basically.
Hmm.
Central government is cutting both in England, Wales, and in Scotland. Central government cuts the amount every year that they give to councils, which means they have to put up council tax because business rates aren't going to go up because businesses are failing miserably.
So the so-called anti-establishment reform are actually costing their electorate, the people in their wards, the council wards, more money.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so anti-establishment. Let's just milk more from the people.
I didn't put it in here because I didn't have time. I only saw it after I'd written the notes up. But apparently there's one reform council that's spending £27,000 on flags. It's like, okay, £27,000 is actually a drop in the ocean. It's not that much for a council to spend, but
on flags.
But why?
Why? Well, they're racist.
Yeah.
So that's not helping at least a sizable percentage of their constituency base and ward base. And also as well, it's that just to stoke up civic nationalistic pride?
It's nationalistic
but
pride.
What does that do for people with bank balances? Nothing.
Yeah. What does it do what does it do?
It's jingoism.
What councils tend to do is potholes, bins. That's what most people say.
They think they're like running the country from a council office.
Yeah.
They're confusing what an MP does with what a councillor does.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all this grandstanding. And it's ridiculous. They don't even know what the job involves.
They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what the job involves. And like in Cornwall, they're
living in fantasy land.
Most parties will work with each other in councils because you have to work together to get things done.
Yeah, it's democracy.
But in Cornwall, they went around going like
collaboration.
All the other parties are scum. All the other parties are.
That shows you what kind of people they are.
What did they say?
Have you got a quote in here?
I may have a quote in here.
You accused them. The Conservative opposition accused them of delivering a plate of chaos. That's quite good. I like that one. Would you like to go see to the door? I think entertain our viewers.
Yeah, I think I'll go and see what.
So essentially, welcome to the Sophie Show. Just the Sophie Molly Show, which is what every turf out there wanted. So it's basically they are grandstanding. They're saying all this stuff that sounds good and little snappy sound bites to the media. Although I've been hearing stories about them not allowing certain media to report on them.
Oh, the local media, yeah. Sorry, that was just cat food.
Sorry, I kept my jazz hands going, and they seem like more terrible dancing. But awesome dancing. And so basically, were you trying to look for a quote, darling?
No, it's okay. I was trying to look for a quote, but I don't think I put one in there.
So that's really what we're chatting about today, but we want to show you these again. It's upside down.
Yes, it's upside down.
We'll be merchandising these soon, I reckon.
No, let's not turn this into a channel that goes like, And now here's a word from our sponsors.
Oh, come on! We're non-capitalist. We're
some scummy scammy.
We're progressive socialists, but we're working within a capitalist society. But we want to avoid being part of the machine just yet. So subscribe to us if you also don't want us to be part of the machine.
Yeah. Subscribe to us because you want to see our content.
Our lovely, beautiful content that includes cat things and us dancing and smiling and talking about really serious issues. Burning issues.
We do talk about serious and important stuff.
And here's a cat.
You
get to see cats.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Smudge. And Smudge is this very needy today because he's beautiful. And
He
they
is
love
very
him to
needy
bits.
today.
There he goes.
I don't know what's up with him.
Here he is. Now you're the star of the show. Say hi to our viewers. Oh, he's not amused. And he thinks he's been upstaged by a little pink cat behind us. Oh, but he's actually going to resting on my lap.
Wait,
And
let me take this.
there we
just
go.
show you.
Oh, look at that.
A little
Get a
cat.
bit of movement on the go. A bit of tracking shot there. To use the technical word. Bit of shaky cam. We've got all the cool stuff.
Yeah, bit of shaky cam.
See, we're cool. We're down with the kids and we're down with the young folk. What is it they say now? Based. Everyone's going to switch off now.
Yes, and I don't blame them. I would by now.
Oh, but thanks for tuning in.
Thanks
always.
for tuning in, and
amazing.
we will see you next week.
Love to you all.
Love to you all.
Stay safe out there.
And keep it real.
Keep it real. Oh
Yeah.
Using this is like 80s, 90s phraseology. Keep it real. Can I get a high five?